Pounders, welcome back. Happy Friday night. BBM 6 is officially about a quarter full, just shy of 25% full. We are about 40 drafts deep, and we can pull up I'd like to start by just doing a quick review of our BBM 6 teams so far. Man, the overlay just keeps coming in handy. I sort of forgot that you can divvy it out by tournament as well, which is super helpful. So 40 drafts in. Diggs is still our number one. Someone that I believe will still be, especially based on ADP where he goes now, pretty impactful where he could go in August. I think he will be a big riser, but keep him off the yachts and we'll see what happens there. Some of the teams I've been drafting recently, I think, have been doing pretty good for the month of June. We played a little catch up. You can see the closing line value on most of these teams are net positive, attacking the risers and sort of fading the fallers. And one of those big names, and not just for the month of June, but since contest open for us, is Rice. Right? Rice is, his current ADP is like 23, and our average pick on him so far is 31. So someone that I think he actually can still rise. He keeps getting positive buzz like he has been getting with, he's potentially going to be ready week 1. If that continues to be the narrative, like he's gonna go ahead of Lad, like he's gonna go ahead of AJ Brown, like he could be a pretty big riser. Now, whether or not you want to lean into that with the coming back from season-ending injury risk, there's definitely risk there. All I know is I'd rather pay a cheaper price, so I try to get ahead on these guys. So someone like Worthy, where we're lower owned on him because we were attacking the guy that we thought would rise early contest open, I'll just catch up on my shares on the back end. So something like that, I think, kind of weighing in on who do I want to be drafting when the contest opens? Who should I be attacking early? And then sort of transition to those guys that you haven't been getting to because you think someone that goes in that same range or even after them is going to go ahead of them pretty soon or in the future. Like the contest is only 25% full, and you've had quite a bit of movement. So and here you can see Rice in the last 30 days up 7 spots, which is really big for where he goes. It's really big. CT little team count. Yeah, so let's pull up one of these June squads. Just some sort of curious. Here we go with week 15 stack, 2 week 16 stacks, and a week 17 stack, a little plus 41. We'll have a quick peek at this. Caleb, Tua, and Gino, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, Javante, Rashad White. I kind of like, so we sort of went pseudo zero RB. With Kamara here and stopped at 6 wide receivers. This is an interesting draft. This is not the typical Pat draft here. 3-7-6-2. This will be under 2% of my team. So very interesting to see. And we got Noel to fall to 199, which he's going to continue to fall. And we talked about this in a previous episode where it's like we're drafting the wide receiver 4 in Houston before like the wide receiver 2 on multiple teams at the back end of the draft. So don't be surprised when Noel, like this plus 24, is probably just dropping by the day. He's going to most likely be a last round guy. That is a wild team. Not in the best way possible, that's for sure. Fields, Tua, and Sam Darnold, Bijan, James Conner, Tony Pollard, Cam Scott, and J.K. Dobbins at 139. Someone that will most likely keep climbing to the 120 range. It's not good for anyone that's drafted like Estime or even McLaughlin. Like those guys are almost completely dead, and maybe Dobbins doesn't just get that clear number 2 role too. Like that's completely possible. Who knows? I think everyone's gonna suffer in this offense. It's just finding the cheapest RB that that hits. AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Waddle, Ayuk, Mims, AD. I have been waiting on Ayuk too, but here we get him at 91. You continue to get news that, he might not be ready for week 1. He will probably fall behind Pittman. That's like where I would have him ranked right now. Like I'd have him behind Pittman, but who would you rather have on your team week 17? Would you rather have Pittman or Ayuk? But early contest, I think we can still wait a little bit on the Ayuk click. But yeah, 3 late tight ends, typical for me. So a little Tua, Waddle, Cade Otton bring back. Nothing too fancy. All right. Let's jump into one here. What do we got? 906. We are waiting on 3. This is going to be a 30-second draft. We're jumping into a 30-second. Steph, what's up? Smooth Criminal. Bindles roasted me on Jeopardy in the Fanspeak channel. Now, I didn't get to answer a ton of questions, but the ones I did pretty good. I think I got like 3 wrong. I think Bindles only got 2 wrong. It was crazy. Maybe I got 4 wrong. But like, man, Bindles cooked. I didn't even have a chance. But if you didn't see it, I started out, I'm like, oh yeah, win the coin toss. Let's go for 1K. I get it wrong. He gets it right. I'm like, well, that's not good. And then he gets the floor. He picks another 1K question, gets it. I'm like, oh, this is bad. He gets 3 more in a row before he gets his first one wrong. And then I went 6 in a row for a little comeback to make it at least a game. But yeah, that was fun. Steve in the house over at Fanspeak. You guys do a great job with that. So, appreciate it. And it's fun too. My God, the lack of 1 spots here and even 2, like I'm under on so many in the top 5, just besides Jefferson is Jefferson's at 17%. All right, let's change these over. Here we go. We got the newest. Man, it even went down. I just saw Chase went to 4.7. So sad. Let's extract our newest exposures here. So we get the latest numbers live on screen. BBM, ton of slows open. Oh my God. All right, and let's switch this to BBM. All right, Chase at 1. You also hate to see like when you don't have the 2 spot and like Barkley goes 101, you're like, oh my. It's okay. Just breathe. You don't know, right? Last year I had 10% 101, right? For CMC. How did that go? Not great. Nick in the house. Pounders. Yeah, 30-second JJ. I see Steve over here in the 12 spot. Jeopardy battle was awesome. That episode was Aces versus Kings pre-flop. 100%. 100%. I guess I had the second highest score of anyone, even the people that have won. And Bindles had the first highest. Like, that was crazy. Bindles was pulling answers out of his wazoo, though. Out of the wazoo. We'll go Gibbs here. And I am going to need to bring up the combo tool because I have a shit ton of Gibbs teams. An absolute shit ton of Gibbs teams. On the next update, should be coming soon, the next couple days, the scroll wheel will be coming back to the combo tool. That is just a great way to put it. I didn't get to like answer that many questions. Like he didn't get that many wrong. Not that I would have got the ones that he got right, but holy shit. Dude cooked. But then I found out like he said it like he studied for it. He studied for it. I'm coming off vacation on baby duty. Like I didn't study. Gibbs Wicks, very popular build. It's my highest combination with Gibbs right now, but Wicks is one of my higher drafted guys anyways, so I don't really care all too much. It's just kind of a random last round pick. Maybe we should be doing a little more AD because he's another one of my favorite last round guys right now, who's also getting just a crazy amount of good coach peak. So I don't mind continuing to smash that one. Weird. And I wish we didn't have to do this. But Christian Watson is getting positive buzz here, outrunning routes, cutting. That being said, ooh, there's a little rashy at 17. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like he could still be one of the biggest risers by percent of current ADP for BBM. That's whether or not you want to buy into that ADP or not. It's entirely up to you. Here I'm hoping for AJ, but it's not going to happen. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Pretty low on this. 16.7% is not that thick. Let's go. A little AJ Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs start. Small gift. Small gift. It'll probably be a little more common once I do think Rice has a chance to pass AJ Brown. Now, that'll probably be closer to 50% fill rate of the contest. It's going to take a while because I don't think a ton of people are going to do this right now. But we'll see. I don't think you really have to either. How do you feel about girls draft? I love it. I love it. I don't care who's drafting. What I like to see badgeless people in these streets. And we've been seeing a ton, especially when I was drafting on vacay. There were rooms where we had like 9, 10 badgeless. That just means that Underdog's growing. So I think it's great. Ton of room for growth for the app. You know how big fantasy football is, Dynasty, all these other subcategories. Like best ball is going to catch up. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. So hell yeah. We just did a show with Steph. Pat is, I am an ally. I am your ally. Although I only create boys, so. Ooh. What team is the community too high on considering possible flaws? Steelers come to mind. I'm a big Giants. I think of Steelers, like the first player off the board for the Steelers is who? Like DK Metcalf? So I don't think the community is too high on them. Like Rodgers is rising, which he should. He's still a good ADP. The running backs are pretty fair. Caleb Johnson in what, the 70s? Pick 75. Who's an offense that is maybe a little overrated? Ooh, could be. This one's spicy. Could be Washington. Year 2 JD, but what we saw last year from JD was special. Like he has that freaking clutch factor. So I don't expect that to really go away. Although I don't absolutely love the ADP for Daniels, but that's besides the point. Let's see what we end up doing here. I wouldn't mind DK on this team. If we go Terry and then the way back around, can we get DK at 40, 43, right, on ADP for this week 16 against Detroit? Or we can just go Terry for the week 16. Let's go Chase Brown. We got a little fall on Chase Brown. We'll take it. We will take it. We'll see what comes back to us. We're going to hope for DK for this week 16 dome game against Pittsburgh. Jaguars could be overpriced. Yeah, based on just the first. Yeah, I get it. Travis Hunter and BTJ. But I think T-Law is actually in a good range. As long as that shoulder is good and that sleeve is just FUD. I mean, pick 134 is It's pretty good. The 2 RBs, 3 RBs from pick like 100 to 160 with Tank, Tootin, and ETN. Yeah, like one of those guys is certainly going to fail. Can 2 of them get there? I think so. I think so. The Rams are the most overpriced. A lot of people are out on the Kyron ADP. I don't really mind it. When they bring in Jarquez Hunter, I think that just sort of hurts Corum more. Like if Kyron were to go down, Corum's gonna be splitting more with Jarquez. I think Kyron is still, maybe he loses 5 to 10% extra this year, maybe 10% extra. But that's still a lot of work. He's still gonna get a shit ton of work. Devontae Adams. A lot of people are in on Devontae Adams. What do I have? I have 8.6%. I'm not like completely sold that this dude's gonna like crush fantasy football. I know Staffy's like the 1,000-yard creator for wide receivers, but yeah, something about the age, him moving to another new team. They're replacing Cup with Adams. It's round 3. It's round 3. And I think I would rather like a Brees Hall. I think I'd rather just go an RB over Adams. But maybe in the eliminator ass pick. I don't know. He showed a pretty good ceiling last year too. I could just be pick blind to it, but I don't want to be too much higher than Field on him. I want to be too much higher than Field. Wow, that's interesting. It's my first Chase Brown and AJ Brown team. I love to see that. How about Gibbs? Wow. And my first Gibbs plus Chase Brown share too. Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. We are completely unique already. Now we have to land on one of these 3 is fine. I actually don't care which one. And we are guaranteed to get one. I do want to push DK ahead of DJ Moore just in this spot. But I won't mind if we get DJ Moore too. JMO would be a little double in Detroit. Don't mind that as well. Tampa Bay is a good one. I like the Tampa Bay shout for sure. For sure. Tampa Bay is a real good one. Let's stick to the guns. Let's go DK here. Also have a shit ton of DJ Moore, 15.5%. I think in one of the future updates too, on the hover option, we're going to show the spreads of the games. It's gonna be a nice little plus. And hopefully for some of the contests like the marathon, we can have strength of schedule in there. Just some of the thoughts that come to my head where we can sort of just find little edges in different contests. TK, what's up, baby? My first best ball draft this year was Gibbs, Thomas, Brown from the 9 hole. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's dirty. Thomas at 16 and Chase Brown at 33. Yeah, Chase Brown was one of those guys that we faded in the big board, but goddamn, I mean, we adjusted. We adjusted when the contest came out, and we attacked that early ADP as much as I could because I knew he was going to be a riser. I didn't think he was going to rise like a crazy amount, and he really hasn't. Pick 28. Let's see how much he's moved. Let's go to ADPs and rankings. Let's go to Chase Brown. I mean, 13 picks is still a lot. He fell the majority of this towards the end of the big board as well. And he rose up, I want to say, pretty quickly. What's cool is, I mean, this is a completely free feature on bestballoverlay.com. So if you're not subscribed, it's free. All you need is an account. You don't even need to subscribe. You can see he quickly rose from 41. The freaking next day, his ADP was 33. And even then, he jumped up to 29. So May 2nd. So you had a few days to get that ADP rise there to get your closing line value. And then he's just sort of been like this. And what this tells me is what we were. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We landed. We have landed on the Jalen Hurts fall with the AJ Brown fall. Oh, dear. Watch out. Watch out. But yeah, what this tells me is our big board analysis of like fading him and let's see what happens in the NFL draft because he could get crushed. They brought in a lot of the top 5 guys. They didn't bring in Genti, but they looked at the other 4. There's a serious concern there. So I think I had 0 Chase Brown, like 0 shares. But I'm completely fine with it. I'm not really results oriented. I want to see if the process is good. And in my opinion, that was a smash process. He didn't go up to freaking pick 17. He went up a round. Like he would have fell 5 rounds if they added Caleb Johnson. Like, yeah, we're happy. Right now we're happy. Maybe, and I don't have a ton of Laporta. I draft him when he falls. Maybe this is a Laporta type fall room here. That's what I'm sort of hoping. Adding a little Goff as QB2. Goff and Hurts seems pretty strong, but we'll see what happens. Amon-Ra team already has Lamar. There goes Ridley. There goes Waddle. Weren't expecting to get either one of those back. I'm sure Steve would have appreciated one of those two. This is probably a Roma Dunze pick for him, if I had to guess. Process over results, absolutely. It helps when you also get results. but yeah, right there with you, 0%. The risk was way greater than the return. And guess what? Like, BBM is the only thing that matters. So just like readjust after the NFL draft. But you have to make stands too. You have to kind of play GM and be like, all right, what does this team need? What do we need, boys? And just sort of make your best guess on what you think the team's going to do. Everyone's always wrong, so it's fine. There's a Rome pick for Steve, and then he brings in Chris Godwin, a little catch up at wide receiver. No surprise. No surprise there. Up in 5 picks. Yeah, I'm Chase over Brees, but I do like Brees's ADP. Smash that focus gum and you get the fallers. Remember, and put this on the grave. Not all fallers are ballers. Yeah. I swear to God, I did not order this just for the Jeopardy. I swear I would never do that. I would never do that. Instagram got me, boys. Instagram got me. Maybe that's how we got the Philly stack there. It was the gum. It was the gum. Is this dude gonna do what I think he's gonna do? Chill. Is this an Olave auto? It's not. I think we're just going Olave here. He goes Ricky. Ricky at 66. Not for me. Absolutely not. Could go, man. Devo was staring me down with that week 16, but I don't know if I could do it on this specific team. He gets like insta clicked right after. I would have clicked him on the way back around, but I gotta go Olave here. Who was I looking into? I was looking into a couple players that we haven't heard shit about in like a little while. One of them was Gabe Davis. I looked into and found out that he had visited a few teams, one of them being the Saints. He's getting buzz, potentially going back to the Bills. I doubt it. Jets are a potential landing spot. Pittsburgh's, I don't really buy that one. That would hurt Calvin Austin more than anything, but Some of these late free agents, and I think didn't he get released? He got released. I know that, but didn't he get released because he didn't pass the physical for the Jags? And it's Gabe Davis. Like, he can't stay healthy. I won the 5-1 bet last year on Parker Washington outscoring Gabe Davis. So I was already planning on the injury for last year. Do you think Brees will rise more? Seems like I see him a little earlier lately. He should. He should. His ADP is great. Wow. Oh, someone's high on B-Rob. Full round ahead. I think I just want to go golden here, to be honest. Did someone? You dirty dogs. You dirty dogs. Let's go Shakir. Oh my God. Let's go the bring back. We'll split hairs. We'll split hairs. My 1% Shakir is only with Josh Allen, so this is a good way to separate that. We'll play the other side with Hurts and AJ Brown. We'll play the other side. That's fun. That's fun. Who went Diggs? Who went Diggs? Show yourself. Show yourself. Ooh, 69. Pick 69. Yoda knows ball. That's what this comes down to. Double RB goes Josh Allen at 28. Gonna get different there, that's for sure. Not in a bad way. I think that's completely fine, and easy way to actually get unique is to pull up Josh Allen. He gets lucky because Lamar goes and Jane Daniels go within a round of him still, so kind of lucky the room pushed up QBs. Sutton, Flowers, Diggs, brings in B-Rob around early. This dude's getting his guys. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. Yeah, he will. He will. I think Jarquez is going to continue to get positive buzz, but Jarquez is that type of guy that's going to get like 20-ish% of the workload, you hope. You hope. Jaden Reed off, Caleb, Quinshawn. Yeah, it's interesting. Let me see if I can find the video on Christian Watson running routes. I was just like, why do we have to do this again? So maybe, do I like slow down on the Dobbs? I just don't even know. However, if he is back, dude, they got to move one of their receivers. Like, they have to. Like, Dobbs has to get moved. My Wicks. I'm on Wicks, not Dobbs. My bad. I mean, it's nothing, right? But it's something. Little rounded. Is Jarquez just Ronnie Rivers? Not. I like Watson's most likely going to start on the pup. I do not think he's playing week 1. This dude is another dude that just can't stay healthy, so I'm inclined to go receiver here. However, let's see what this guy does. Is this guy an auto? No, right? No, he went Ricky at 66. Ricky at 66 is fucking insane. Like, it might just be completely insane. Ooh, do we just go Pacheco here at 91 and figure it out? That's a good slide. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's take a 10-pick slide on Pacheco here. And we'll find a way to catch up at receiver. Now, if this was going this way with like Steve behind us, we might have gone a different way, but Het here's in the live stream, I believe. If you guys snuck in here, Sean G, is this the streamer Sean? I don't know all the usernames here. See what Steve's been cooking up. In the 12 spot, BTJ, Genty, Brees Hall, Worthy, Rome, Godwin, Quinshawn, and Matthew Golden. May you get your QBs, sir. May you get your QBs. Being on the ends, it's the biggest worry. Yeah, I know. Oh, God. Like, how? It's just a surprise to actually see him out there running routes. So I think I was more surprised than anything. But it does seem like he will be back at some point. Like, shit, even if they get him back for, like, November. Like, not that we want to draft him, but he's going to change the room a little bit. I don't want to double. I don't want to double New Orleans here. Please, dear God. Please, dear God. Yeah, his name's... Okay, he's got Mitch in it. So many lurkers in here. I know you guys are lurking. I know you guys are lurking. There goes Bo Nix. Nice little pairing with Sutton there. Okay. I mean, I'm tempted to just go Mason, but we should go Trey Harris. But do we go Mason and just continue to push it? No, we shouldn't. That's bad. Pat, come back to earth. Come back to earth. We're going receiver. I actually think Mason's just a little. I think people may be a little too hyped on him. I could be wrong. I think people are a little too hyped on him. Like, oh, God. If you got to bring up the age of the other RB to, like, make your case of why someone should be in the top 100, it's just, I don't know. I think we're overthinking it a little bit. Solid number 2. He goes in a good range. It's fine. He goes in a good range. Like, this is where, like, the RB2 archetypes start. Like, Jalen Warren, Cam Scats can be splitting with Tracy for a certain amount of time. Charbonnet. The range is fine. Oh, God. Yeah. People don't remember what Aaron Jones did to Ty Chandler last year. My God. I had a good amount of Chandler myself. But, like, this is why, like, RTA, real-time assists, is going to just not... It just doesn't work. It's not going to work. Because rankings are inefficient, especially the earlier into the offseason. And we're drafting in January, so... What do we want to do here for our second QB? Like, should it be... Like, should we go Rodgers? Like, should we push it that far? I would have loved one of those tight ends to come to us. I got to push Burden down a little more. That injury is not great. Not great for a rookie. I kind of just want to go RB here. Kind of just want to go RB. We'll bring in Sharps. All right, to start, we have a 1-4-5-0. Jalen Hurts, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Pacheco, Zach Charbonnet, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Olave, Shakir, Trey Harris. Would love to get Goddard on this team, obviously. We'll see what comes back to us for... I won't say it. Too many lurkers, man. Too many lurkers. JJ in the 10 spot. Pikachu. Nico, Derrick Henry. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Is that a play on freaking Pokemans here? Nico, Derrick Henry, Terry, JD, Mixon, Juwan, Jaden Reed, Tony Pollard, Shaheed. I like this team. You're cooking, bro. You're cooking. You're following the recipe. Herbert, bro. This got to be naked, right? This just got to be. Yeah, he's like, I need a QB before everyone gets 3. So I'm going to go Herbert. You didn't want Jared Goff there? Fuck us. Fuck, dude. Oh my God. Kyler Fields and Goff? Dude, people are like, I don't know. And we can cover this, but I still think two QBs king. Like, I still think 2 QBs king. Here is where I think we want to touch it tight end. Let's go into Jokester. We have this Pittsburgh thing going on week 17. Maybe we get A-Rod and we have the Gibbs bring back week 16. We'd have the week 17 bring back with Njoku. That's the thought process. But like, my God, are we going too far with the 3 QB? Because like at the end of the day, sure, advance rate's very important. You want to advance, but when you get to the finals, you can only start 1 QB, right? So I don't care how long it takes me to make the finals, as long as I'm advancing at a pretty good rate. And my week 16, like having teams in BBM in week 16, I've been over expected every single year, 3 years in a row, but I've never made a week 17. So maybe. But when I'm in the finals, I've had 3 top 10 finishes in the last 4 years. I have to look back at all those teams, but one of them was a Dak Goff, and last year was a Burrow. Who was my other QB on that team? On the second place finish, I know we had Burrow, Neighbors, T. Higgs. But yeah, I want to make sure that my EV is as high as possible for the week that matters. I'm playing a ton of 2 QB this year so far. My first 3 QB team is 4th with 3-5-8-2. It's an extra out. It's going to be I think it'll be very important in the eliminator. It's going to be very important in the eliminator. Here we go. This getting juicy. Don't cuck us. Don't do it. We'll be friends. We'll be friends forever. Let him go. He brings it down to 000. Student must be multi-tabling. He's queuing. All right. Let's just say stop with 2. Maybe our last pick's a tight end. We'll see how the rest of the room looks. This is probably a 5 RB team, 2 QB. We're going to look pretty good at receiver. Yeah, I'm going to like how this team comes out. Those dart teams are going to be rough. All right, I got to spit out the gum. So if we start sucking on the back half of the draft, we'll know why. But we're switching to Sammy Adams. Let's go. The party's begun. Happy Friday. Officially. Here we go. We'll run it tight end. That's what we like to see. Nice little Dak backstack with Lamb. Figured he had Lamb. Purdy. Yeah, nice little correlation here. Washington, San Fran. Crushing. Dudes are crushing. Gino at 145. Something to note. Room's kind of getting aggressive here with these QBs. How aggressive do people want Aaron Rodgers. We're about to find out. We're about to find out. I might just let you have him. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Tank Bigsby off. We'll go last round pick Shadur Sanders. Like, test me. Test me. We got 9 weeks of Jalen Hurts. Dude before you is also streaming it. That's funny. That's funny. Hunter Henry, 148. Oh, you're just going to give us Besh here, huh? You're just going to give us Besh at 150. And we're just going to be a little plus EV spoon. Okay. Okay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Really wish Geno didn't go off 29 picks before ADP. Because that would have been the backstack plan here. SOB. Kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. I wonder if part of this fall is because they expect one of the burners to be out there in 2 wide receiver sets with like Myers. It's like, wasn't that expected? I'll draft him on the fall. Cooler's in the house. What's up, baby? Dropping the spoons. Gotta. You're right. You're right. We'll do a little pyramid there. A little 1, 2, 3. I got you, boys. I got you, boys. Sam Darnold, 152. The room is adjusting, except for us. We're just on the tightrope. Where it's like, do it. Draft naked Rodgers. We actually want to just see it. You know, that out of context sounds crazy. You guys gotta chill. Craig in the house. What's up, dog? JT's with Who Hams. Oh, okay. Why are they letting everything go to 35 seconds? They're really talking it out. They are really talking it out. We're not the easiest draft neighbor, too. So I've been told by Al Buggs. If Al Buggs is in the house, he hates drafting next to us for multiple different reasons. Multiple different reasons. 2 at 160. Penix Love. That's a nice 3 QB build. Nice and cheap. He's got a little correlation here, a little correlation with Jonnu and Penix with Mooney in London. And he's got the double with Miami. This dude's cooking 9 spots. The 9 spots heating up. Bryce Young off. Do we just go naked Staffy? This is where I'll draft Jaden Blue. I was so close to not clicking it because I hate the click. But yeah, we got 3 bye week 10s, and this is going to be our last RB. 3.4%. We'll take him at 163. We'll take him at 163. Yeah, 9 spots. 9 spots cooking. Nice little value QBs too, stacked up. Like, that's sexy. Very nice. Very, very nice. We only have 5%, 5.7% Hurts. So kind of surprising. I do love his ADP. It's just, I wonder. I mean, 7.5% AJ Brown. We probably should be getting to more Hurts here. Bryce Young at 162. 9 spot always cooks. Ooh, spicy. Al Bugs in the house. Yeah, I'm here. Lurking. Listening while out at Universal, bro. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. Do we worry about Bowers now that Genty's in town and Pete is running the show? Not a whole lot. Like, Bowers, I'm not overly excited about drafting tight ends in round 2. However, when he slides or if I can get him correlated with the certain amount of drafts, I will be doing the the chalky Bowers neighbors to some extent. I don't know what percent right now, but no, I'm not overly worried. He's getting an upgraded QB. Genty's going to extend drives for the team as a whole. There's going to be more red zone trips. It's net positive, in my opinion. It's net positive. Let's go. Let's go. We got the spoons out. Another 12. Dude, the closing line value on this team right when the contest, like right when this ends, is going to be like 120. It's going to be crazy. Got the big spoon out today. Got the big spoon out. Hampton over Genty? No way. No way. No way. Raiders, sneaky good offense. It is. It is. Could it fail? Sure. But my God, it would be surprising. It would actually be surprising. Zach Ertz off, Alec Pierce, Keenan Allen. Thank God someone else took him because I've been slamming the click. It's hard not to. It's hard not to. What if he returns? what if he goes back to the Chargers? Is it sneaky if their top two players are in the first two rounds? No, it's not that sneaky. Oh shit! It becomes a whole lot less sneaky when that is actually happening. Spreadsheet Pete. I like the combos you're getting with Genty now. It's pretty much the same combos you were getting in the big board before everyone pushed them up to pick 7 or 8 for some reason. And now everyone's like, oh, it should be CMC there instead. There's a lot going on. This dude definitely wants naked Rodgers. Let's go. Never scared, bro. Don't be scared. What's up, T? What's going on, Big T? Raiders is a team that could underperform compared to ADP. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 expensive pieces for sure. For sure. All right. So we pull in Pat Fry. This is going to light up like a fucking Christmas tree. Let's go. Let's go. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. Ty, did you see this? You'll see a little Christian Watson on the field? This dude tore his ACL 4 days ago. How's this guy? Oh, I didn't even see this. Davis Mack, bro, Christian Watson's going to be back. He's already running routes. His dad says he's going to play. It's so funny. Oh, God. Yo, UD, what are you doing to me, man? Watch this. Trying to load your location. Uh-oh. Imagine. Now we're back. You can't keep me out. You can't keep me out. Yes, we got Gibbs for the week 16 bring back against Pitt. Moving to Njoku. Nice. For the week 17 against Pitt. Nice little double stack with both our QBs. Do we add? Is this a team we go a little? It's kind of gross to go both QBs in a week 17 game that like the total points are going to be under 43. So I don't really love doing that. Is this a shuck team? My God. A backstack AD plus A-Rich. That's a little more up my alley. I'm trying to avoid these guys at the top of the queue here. I'm trying. Let's go AD. Let's go AD. And maybe we go A-Rich for the last round click. Let's see if he comes back. Right now we have Hurts and Rodgers, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Pacheco, Charbonnet, Jaden Blue at 163. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Chris Olave, Shakir is the Week 17 bring back against Philly. Trey Harris, Jack Besh, AD, Njoku Goddard, Freiermuth. If we don't, like, we could just go like Calvin Austin for a triple stack. I don't know if it's cheap enough that it doesn't really matter. It's cheap enough. I think Roman Wilson might actually be a little more safe than Calvin Austin. And I officially drafted my first Elijah Moore share yesterday in a BBM too. In a BBM stacked up with Josh Allen. Oh man. I want to believe. Maybe we'll show you guys the little tidbit that I gave to the Patreon members here. Let's give the little tidbit. You guys all dropped a like, right? Like I can trust you. You guys all hit the like button, right? This shit's fucking. This is Elijah Moore porn right here. And actually Wicks too. You guys, oh, there goes A-Rich. It wasn't meant to be. Scott Barrett, out of, is he fantasy point? Yeah, fantasy points. Percent of open air yards that were uncatchable. Open air yards. Players open. AD, first off, 52%. 52% were uncatchable, which is pretty wild. Romo Dunes, we saw it. Caleb couldn't hit him. Worthy, Elijah Moore, 32%. In Wicks, 31%. And the baseline was receiver had at least a step of separation. Looks like we're going for the cheap Pittsburgh backstack here. That's what we're doing. And we need Charbonnet to hold down. Now this is... now we're splitting hairs. Calvin Austin, 1.7%, or Roman Wilson. I guess we could just always draft Roman Wilson. Calvin Austin's up in the 190s now. We'll take about an 18 pick slide there. It's like nothing, but we'll still take it. We'll still take it. We could have gotten Calvin Austin here at 198 and AD at 211, and it'd be nothing. So same. We scooped quite a bit here. Those are negligible, but started with AJ Brown, a couple picks on Olave, and then another round on Pat Fry, Jaden Blue, 10 picks on Pacheco, couple on Chase Brown, just here and there. The Hurts fall and AJ Brown falls what really matters the most for this. And we stayed in the pocket. We didn't overdo it at QB or like rush on our second QB. The room was pushing up QBs like crazy, except you had some good values at the same point. Like not everyone got pushed up. Sam Darnold 152, Geno at 145, but then Staffing went at 175. Very odd room. It definitely had its values, though. JJ McCarthy, 122. Started with Allen going at 28. And then the Allen team still grabbing 3 QBs. The Kyler Fields team grabbing Goff. Like there's definitely be some strong teams at QB here. Just week 17, depends how big the finals is in that contest, but I prefer 2 QBs. Let's go 620. We'll hit the live. We end up with a 2 5, 8, 3 with Hurts, Rodgers at QB. We had Gibbs, Chase Brown, Pacheco, Charbonnet, Jaden Blue. We scooped the fall on Blue, which if we don't draft him there, we're just going to end up with like 0 of him. So AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Chris Olave, Shakir, Trey Harris, Besh, AD, Calvin Austin, Njoku, Goddard, and Freiermuth. A nice little 3 tight end build. Could have stopped here at 2, but we knew we wanted to backstack Rodgers, so we just went for it. All right, let's switch up. We might go back to BBM. We might go back to BBM for the next one. How many likes did we hit first? I think we should be good. The boys are usually 40 likes for a second draft. You guys hit it. Let's jump into a 20-second schnow. Let's jump into a 20-second schnow right now. +1, we get lucky. Unless everyone pre-joined, which is most likely the case. Yeah, the boy don't get the first overall pick. But Anthony, I fully trust you're going to pass Jamar Chase to us. I feel it. Wow, this is a poundless. I think this might be a poundless room, which is huge. This is huge for us. Now we're about to see a super team. I am curious. Let's in between picks, because we're gonna have a shit ton of time. I do want to look at a few teams in that last draft. One, Steve's in the 12 hole. We'll take a look at JT and Huham's team that they dual created. And then Het was in that room, one of the pounders. Where's the other thing that I sent to Drew? Where's Drew? More Elijah Moore stuff is so fun. I'm just doing it. Just close my eyes. Close my eyes. Go CMC 101. Be a man. Be a man. Oh, let's go. He went. I could feel it. I told you I could feel it. Let's go. We just bumped up to 4.9% Jamar Chase. We are up big. Now we'll drop some big news. Here it is. Wide receiver Elijah Moore is as fluid of a route runner as I've seen through the doors at One Bills Drive the past several seasons. Turbulence throughout his career, but it seems as if Moore may have found his happy place in Buffalo. He has been a top target for seemingly every Bills QB this spring and summer. He'll be one of the most highly discussed players coming to training camp next month. My big board shares pray. My big board shares absolutely pray. Bijan the real 101. Dude, that playoff schedule is tasty. If I have Atlanta players on my teams that advance, I'm going to be feeling pretty good. Not going to lie. Pretty good. All right, let's have a little peek here at some of those teams. We'll see what Steve ended off with in the 12 hole. 14 picks away. We got time. Steve ended up with the 3-5-7-3. Caleb, T-Law, and Danny Dimes. Genty, Brees Hall, Judkins, ETN, Roshan's really nice as a 5 RB build. BTJ, Worthy, Rome, Godwin, Golden, Keenan Allen, and D-Hop. You're definitely going to need some Keenan Allen points here on this team for early season if Godwin, Golden starts low. Warren Strange, Theo Johnson. I like the week 17 correlation. You got both Indy and Jacksonville QBs. Dome game. Could be a sleeper. Let's see how the other two did on the live. 3-6-7-2, Bakey Bake, full round after ADP, Bryce, and Staffy. Yeah, Staffy was just a crazy value. And they got it stacked up. Yeah, they're super stacked. Walk, Swift, Spears, Ray Day, Correndo, and Giddens. Puka, Mike Evans, Tet, Ricky. This was a sketchy pick for me, at least. Amika, Luther Burden, and Tutu. Bowers and Sanders is fine. Nicely stacked up. RBs. I like the room largely. Like if you're going 0 RB, like I like a lot of these guys. So Nice draft, fellas. Nice draft. Where we at? 4 picks away. We're in a 20-second room, so it's going to go pretty quick. What are we doing? We're doing 75 likes and we'll rip a third draft. 75 likes, we'll rip a third one. Maybe we'll switch back over to BBM too. Bucky goes. Bucky. Marv goes. Let's go Rice here. I don't get a ton of Jamar Chase, so I'm going to have next to no Chase Rice, especially if he rises up. So at least we'll have him here. And go T. Higgs. Nice. We love that. We love being inside of the T. Higgins draft here. This is crazy. These one-liners are just fucking nuts. Everything's going to be taken out of context today. I could feel it. Let's make it work. All right. I mean, as long as he doesn't go Burrow at 48, 49, we're going to try to push it to 71. Is this the room to do it? Absolutely not. Next to no chance he comes back. There's a better chance that Burrow goes at 45 than he does to us at 71. So this room I have very little trust in. Not the room to push it, but we're still going to try. Yeah, we just covered the team. 76. Yeah, just one extra like, Kane. That's it, bro. Maybe if we hit 100, we'll do a fourth, which it's happened before. We failed twice, and then the third try we hit, and it was punishing. It was punishing. Let's see what we got going on. Pull up the board. Anything crazy yet? I'm not seeing it. AJ Brown at 14 with Genti. Nico and Monrod is one of my favorite starts. Neighbors Drake London also seems very strong. I also like the idea of pulling up like Achan. Not a lot of people do it, but in these contests, pulling up Achan to go with like a Monra or Nico, gonna be pretty unique. If you do a weekly winners, I will attempt to join. Yeah, I really haven't done a weekly winners stream yet. Just been waiting to compile data from last year on the finals team, not the finals teams, but the teams that have finished in the top 10 every week. Still working on that. It takes so much time because I do it manually. I should probably learn how to use AI. Let me know if you think I pulled off the 3 early. Yeah, I'll take a peek at. I still got that team up. Let me see. Worthy off, Lamar off before Allen. Karen, BTJ, Derrick Henry, Mike Evans. I mean, they're staying in their lane so far. The Badgers aren't doing anything weird just yet. Give it time. It's going to happen. Nice little Puka, Achan, Terry, JD start. I like that. Yeah, Het's the one, man. I would have felt a little better if you let Goff get back to us. I would have went Goff with Gibbs. Probably just stop there, to be honest. There's really no one that goes after pick 100 on Detroit for a pass catcher that I really want. You have like Tesla and like Tim Patrick. I just want, oh my God, 3 bye week 10s, bro. 3 bye week 10s. Do we care? We don't care. That's the consensus. We don't care. This is what I do. I get a chase share finally, and this is what I do. This is crazy. All right. That's funny. That is kind of funny. Let's bring in a Chuba share. I don't have a ton of it, but we'll bring in our first RB 0131 start. Shit. I don't know. I just see him probably splitting with Tim Patrick. Like Tim, I don't know. Let me see if there's any Tim Patrick news. That's not a name that I've Googled recently. There's nothing. It's interesting. I don't think I've seen anything on Coach speak about him either. We'll see though. We'll see. I think he would really have to. He'd really have to earn it, and they sort of used Tim Patrick in a pretty decent way last year. Like he was pretty dependable from what I remember. But Tesla could be someone that is sneaky towards the back half of the season for sure. Yeah, not a ton. Not a ton. Not a ton. I'll pull up. I'll even, and maybe like the scheme changes with the new OC, but the wide receiver 3 was splitting last year. When Khalif Raymond was healthy, it was some sort of split. But the game runs through Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Gibbs. I mean, especially on the ground with Gibbs and Demont, but also Laporta there, Brock Wright. It still feels good to get a piece of the Detroit Lions offense. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, Het. I got you, boy. Kyler, Fields, and Goff. Yeah, you had the double. You had to do it. Bijan, Stevenson, Trey Benson, Bigsby, Wright, and Hunter. I like the RB room for a hero RB room. You also get the bring back with Stevenson on the field stack. Garrett Wilson, Marv, J-Mo, Travis Hunter, Judy, Slayton, and Coker. Laporta and Pitts is the week 17 on the Arizona bring back. Nicely stacked up. Look how beautiful it looks with the overlay. Just clear. Week 16 stack for Pitts. Week 17 bring back here. You actually got the double here with Pitts and Bijan. I don't mind that. It's crazy. I still can't believe people draft without an overlay. I just don't. It's hard to picture the screen without like all the information that I need on it. So it's very hard to go back. It's very, very hard to go back. I have 75% digs with my, so I have 6 out of my 8 chase teams have digs. Ooh. Might just be going Debo here. Will week 17 bring back anybody for the Dallas stack that we're going to have? We don't have it right now, but we're going to have it. One 3-1-1 start. The perfect time to pick Laporta. Perfect. Oh, and he got Caleb over Quinshawn, which is what I was actually going to do there. Let's make a slight adjustment. Yeah, we have no correlation either way between whether we went Judkins or if we went Swift. So weekly winner overlay, I'd love to have. I mean, this even helps with the weekly winners tremendously. Like, you think about the importance of getting different with your first couple round picks, right? In weekly winners, where you are against 200,000 or 150, however big they made the contest this year. Every single week, you're playing everybody. If you have just a little difference in combinations to start in your first 3 rounds, the players are most likely to spike. That is an enormous advantage. But you could have 75% of your Jefferson teams tied to JT. That's going to be even worse in weekly winners, where you don't care about advance rate, right? You're looking for the highest spikes. So getting different and checking out your combinations early and often is super, super important. Like, I can pull this up, go to Chase, and see what my Chase Rice is. 37.5%. Can add in Pickens, Debo. This is my first Chase Debo team. McBride. This is a week 17 bring back, but you can use it for so many different cases. See how much you're stacking with the QB. How much am I going Chase plus Higgins? It's super important. Then you get the percents on screen, which are also wildly helpful. I need to know what my percents are when I'm drafting. Like, because you can follow it. You can go into your exposures and you can be pretty close, but okay, like, now let's get down to contests. How much do you have of these players in high stakes, which is $100 plus contests? How much do you have of these guys just in BBM? And I want to know when I'm drafting BBM, just my BBM exposures, especially when I'm maxing. So bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders, all caps. Literally, like, if you don't enjoy it, like, within the week, contact us and we'll just refund you. But the amount of times that's happened, I can count on one hand. And we've been live for 2 years. Big on Jalen Wright this year, assuming Tua is healthy. Yeah, I mean, when you think about the situation in Miami, like, they get rid of Mostert, they draft Ollie Gordon, they bring in, like, Alexander Madison. God damn, I don't dislike too many more RBs more than Alexander Madison, but it's good. It's a pretty good opportunity there for a second RB to absolutely cook. But this is also why I'm super high on HN. Like, I think HN is one of the safest players this year for him, not only just floor but ceiling. So been landing on a ton of HN in the second round, nearing 15%. And I wouldn't mind if that was closer to 20. Really wouldn't. Backup QB stacks. Yeah. You also need the backup to have a top 3, maybe even QB1 overall week. And it's happened before. It's happened quite a few times. What do we want to do here? I think we want to go Mahomes at pick 95. That's what I think we want to do here. That's exactly what we want to do. And I think we might want to go Kelsey. And this is going to be an absolute gross start. Like, not good. This is going to be a figure it out type team. But I think we do it. And we just try to figure it out. This room should be a little easier based on the badge, but maybe not. You never know. If these people all watch content or if they've been in tune since the big board, like, who knows? All right, we have a 1-2-4-2 start. We're really going to try to dig ourselves out of this one. Mahomes at 95, stacked up with Rice. We double stack it with Kelsey. I know I haven't done this a lot, if I even have it once. Let's go. And what's cool is you can add multiple players to this. So how much Rice, Mahomes do I have? And now I'll tell you your combos with that. I actually don't have a Mahomes, Rice, Kelsey team, which I don't have that much Kelsey, so it's not too surprising. No way. I was going to say, I have 5% Kelsey, which is more than I thought I was going to have this year. Oh, wow. If you're darting him for 10 to 12 touches a week, he goes like 40 picks too late. I would say he's probably in this 5 to 7 range. At least that's where the market has him. I just want to know who's gonna have the goal line work. Who's gonna have the goal line work? Like we need news on it, and it wouldn't surprise me. It'd be disgusting, and I hope Alexander Madison just gets cut. That's like the best case scenario for my brain. But I'm hoping Ollie Gordon ends up getting some of the goal line work at the end, towards the end of the season. If it happens earlier, even better. But let's see if we have any updates on Miami. No, we don't. For coach speak. This is from Greg from Coach Speak Index. Justin Herbert's had an incredible offseason. He put on 20 pounds of good lean muscle mass. Where they also want him to run sort of makes sense, but it's not going to have that same quickness or jolt that we sort of saw last year. Turning him into freaking like a Josh Allen. See what this new note is from the Ravens. Devontae's worker shows up and goes 100 miles per hour every day. He's got a chance to be really good. Imagine if that happened last year. Same thing with Roman Wilson. Oh, Dak doesn't make it back. Kenny is the Lamb drafter, right? Yeah. That's not overly surprising. It's not overly surprising. Look at this run at QB. And I think oh my God, we can't. I just never have 2 tight ends here. I don't think he's going one RB here, right? Like Stevenson should be safe. I really don't want to go another bye week 10 because we're going to start needing people for we're going to need flex. We got to be able to start a flex, but we need a receiver. So now the backup plan: Stroud with Kirk. Jono at 120 is nice. All right. Stevenson or Javonte. I actually am going to go Javonte. Stevenson would have been a double bye week 14. I'm just getting sketched out with our bye weeks right now. I know 10s are our heaviest, but it's going to be an interesting one for sure. Houston. So we're done at tight end, which is nice. So we're going to save a roster spot there. Our receivers are Chase, Rice, Pickens, Debo, Kirk. I'm really happy with that. If Kirk can provide some steady points from the slot and you have some spike week guys, Rice, Chase should be steady. Chuba, Swift, Javonte. It's going to be a 6 RB build for sure. And then Mahomes, this could be 2 or 3 QBs. It's just what kind of back stacks are we going to find? We don't have a whole. Now I'm thinking I should have went Kyler when we had the chance. Should we have just gone Mahomes and Kyler here at 95, 98? Like looking back, Dak doesn't pass the Lamb drafter too often. And when he does, like you should just keep an eye on him. And when you're streaming, like you'll lose track. But keeping an eye, seeing if he has Jalen Hurts, seeing if he has one of the elites, then see if, he picked up a second QB in Kyler. Dak is going to fall to you at a lot higher rate in that situation. Here, as QB2, it's an absolute lock to take Dak there. So kind of fucked up there. Javonte is a choice. People just don't want him to be a thing. They don't want Javonte to be a thing so much that they're drafting Miles Sanders. People are just completely pick blind to him being the 1A right now. I'm not even I have 7.5%. I'm not like Mr. Javonte Williams at this ADP. I was Mr. Javonte Williams in the 200s to start the big board. I was Mr. Javonte Williams at 180s when he went to Dallas. But yeah, this is it's fine. It's fine. It's also a double Dallas piece for us too. So you get a little team correlation, and we have the bring back with Debo. What's up, Bindies? What's going on, Dow? Pat Bryant's going to take all of Mim's work this year. +4 for weekly winners. Pat Bryant's getting comped to like Michael Thomas, the slant king. Mims, A-Dot. I don't know if they're going to be in the same role as what the coaches have in line for him. We need a receiver here. Wow. Who went Stroud? The Nico team? Yep. Man. The badgeless rooms just never fail. It's always impossible to get your team stacked up. But guess what? They're actually stacking their QBs. Can't even be mad. Can't even be mad at them. We might just have to go advanced rate type style. I think in this case, we're going to go look at I don't know. If we got Stroud, I would have went Quentin Johnson for the week 17. And then the week 16 against Dallas, we have so much stacked up there. But I think Leggett for the Bryce Young, and I think we have to pull him up here. This is going to be so interesting. What's really going to happen is our RB room is going to suffer, which that's like we need to catch up at RB. Kind of max pain, but we got to do it. We got to bite the bullet here. Got to bite the bullet here. Also have Chuba for the double. It's 10 picks. It's really nothing, but we needed to be drafting an RB there, which kind of sucks. All right. Our team is on life support right now. 2-3-6-2. That's what happens when you go 2 tight ends within pick 100. Truly. This should have been Mahomes and Kyler. And we would have been absolutely cooking. We would have been absolutely cooking because we wouldn't have a second tight end yet. We'd have an extra RB, and we'd feel a lot better about it. We are outside of our comfort zone, officially. The gum is worn off. The beers have kicked in. Here we go. Bindies, you want to jump on? Is that where you want to jump on, dude? I'll send you it. Let's go. Let's do, imagine that, a little late night special guest action. June 30th. I'm just seeing your DM too. I'll check the schedule for that, brother. Yeah, feel free, bro, if you want. You're going to come on right during freaking World War IV here. We are in comeback mode. Big time. Big time. We have like no available back stacks. It would have to be something pretty disgusting. But we can lean in on these two. I don't mind if the third QB is just an advanced rate pick. Kind of gross. We can't even go Roshan because we have Swift. Yeah, maybe we can. Maybe we can. Gibbs, Bowers, Jaden, Adams, Tet. Get that Debo. What ended up being Noah Brown's injury, by the way? Did they ever put it up? Set for MRI. That can't be too good. What are we doing here? What is this? What is this team? I would rather go Roshan and Swift over Chuba and Dowdle. Something like this, one of these two. It's so gross. This might be a 7. This is most likely a 2-7-7-2, which I hate doing. But I think we have to. Let's see what comes back to us. Do we have the receivers to go 7? Chase, Rice, Pickens, Debo, Kirk, Leggett. Yeah, for sure. We only need one more. We can lean into that. We're strong at tight end. QB. Can we stop? Can we stop with just Mahomes, Bryce Young? Seems so gross. It seems so bad. Oh, good thing. Bindy's here to save the team. Bindy's is here to save the team. How do we come back from this one, Bindy's? I put myself in a corner here.
What do we got going on here? I was out. Let's
jumping in. You're jumping in raw. 2-5-6-2. I forced the double stack with Mahomes, with Kelsey and Rice. Okay. 2 tight ends within pick 100. So we're in new territory here. Mahomes, Young, Chuba, Swift, Javonte, Roshan, Braylon Allen, Chase, Rice, Pickens, Debo, Kirk, and Leggett.
Okay, so we have just hammer running back and wide receiver for a couple rounds. It's a little weird. It's a little gross, but you know what? Crazier things have happened. So
it's a little weird, a little gross. Can this be a 6 RB team and you be comfortable with it, or would you want 7 here?
I think I'm good with 7. I mean, not good with 6. Yeah. Okay. I don't mind that at all. I think. Yeah, I mean, you're going to need some guys to hit on a lot of teams, right? So, I mean, I don't think it's crazy at all. What are you drinking there, bud?
Oh, just a little Sammy Adams here. Just I thought this was a summer ale. This is the variety pack, the summer variety pack. So this came with a breakaway blonde. Here we go. But it's beautiful. It's basically the same colors.
Dude, I saw you killing it in the hockey tournament you were in. Was it like a week ago? That's sick.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is as good as it gets in your mid 30s. winning charity hockey tournaments, we had the OT winner, which was sick. It was fun.
Fun. That's pretty dope.
Little 3-on-3 hockey in OT, 10 seconds in, basically off the face off. So it was that's prime 30s right there.
Have you basically been playing like since like you were a kid? Well, like I'm assuming you haven't really taken any breaks then. Like
I actually started late. I started late, which was 8 years old, like 7-8 years old, which is like considered very late for hockey. But played all the way through high school. Here we go. Let's just get into a little private life here.
Into the lore.
Got an exemption for college because my grades sucked in high school. Quit the hockey team the freshman year after I got in because it was just like the team sucked. So I just quit and then just did the school thing. But we won states in high school my senior year, which was sick.
Dope. That's dope.
But yeah, I actually took 8 years off and then I came back here.
Nice. Ooh, this is quick.
I like Giddens. I like Giddens here.
You're a Giddens guy? I don't mind it. Yeah.
I don't have too much. 11.5. Not too much.
How do you feel about we have Bryce, right? Okay, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, a little Coker. Double. What were you thinking?
I was gonna say Keenan. But I don't know how you feel about that. I feel like that's a very dichotomous topic. Like, people are either like, oh, he's way too cheap, or
yes,
let's go Coker. I think that's a good
Coker or Justice Hill for just some RB point. No. All right, we'll lean into it. Let's lean into it.
Wide receiver room, yeah.
Let's lean into it. Yeah, it's Keenan. I have over 20%. So
okay,
I'm clicking him. I think the conversation comes down to, do you think he's playing football this year? If you don't think he's playing, that's the risk, right? And that's why he's in the 180s, because you're not hearing a lot right now. And his preferred teams were Chicago or the Chargers. Like, that's really the information that we have on Allen.
Yeah.
It's like, I think he's playing. And if he plays, I think he's a good value. Like, I think he's someone that could jump up to the 130s pretty easily.
Yeah, I think
Now,
it could be. I don't know if I was talking on stream. I don't know who I was talking with. I think it must have been Candyman, but like it could be kind of like a Kareem Hunt situation from last year, where like someone gets injured in like August or September, and then he kind of like just because. I mean, yeah, it is kind of worrying that like you said, those teams where he kind of the best fits and where he wants to go haven't signed him yet. That's kind of worrying, right? So.
No, I agree. And you're not getting a lot of info right now, and people need info. They need the little red dot on Underdog to see what the note says. It's just in their blood. It's in the best ball drafters' blood. So not getting any news really much at all. What we gotta do? I know what we gotta do, boys. I know what we gotta do. We gotta deep dive his Instagram. We need to see what he's been up to.
Doing some detective work there.
That's it. That's it. I hit the detective work on Elijah Moore a lot this offseason, starting in like January, bro. He just visited recently, did like a little charity visit to a hospital that Josh Allen goes to in Buffalo. So good vibes there.
That is.
Keenan Allen.
Good.
Keenan Allen's just off. He hasn't posted
doing
since
nothing.
Like 15 weeks ago. He was at his kids' football game. like this is what we got.
That's
here.
all we got. That's all we got.
That's it.
He's going dark.
He's watching plays right now. That's not great. Not great. What's the streaming schedule for you? Did you rip on today?
You know what? It was so I've been meaning to do like Dynasty videos. But I started a new job a few weeks ago, so I haven't really.
Congrats.
It's been a chaotic schedule. Thanks, bro. Yeah. Been a chaotic schedule trying to just figure out, you know what I mean, when I have time and when I don't. Oh, last pick.
I think I'm just ripping an RB here.
Yeah, Keaton. Taj Brooks. I like either of those.
Let's go the missile. Lean into Mahomes and Bryce Young is what it is.
Nice. Yeah, so I've been meaning to do a video. I've had it planned for a while, but I just haven't had the time to just sit down and record it.
What's the topic that you want to hit on the video?
It's just like basically like undervalued guys in Dynasty, where I just think like it's just the market's wrong. And I think also, the best ball part plays into it huge too. Cause like like for example, like Josh Downs and Darnell Mooney, like, right. They're both moving up in best ball, right? Mooney especially is like in Dynasty is like just you can get him for free. So just finding those little slight edges where there's a difference between the Dynasty market and the best ball market, and just generally like people. I kind of talked about how like the last 8 weeks of the season just sticks in everyone's mind so much. It applies in best ball as well, but in Dynasty it's like that's all people care about. They're like, oh, he had a bad last 8 weeks of the season, like he dropped. He's half of the value he would have been if he would have had like an average last 8 weeks of the season. So it was a short one. Only went like 30 minutes, but I'm going to try to start making more. It should have been a video. That's what it should have been, but I didn't have time. So I'm going to try to start scheduling some time on the weekends to record a few videos and then post them throughout the week. So
hell yeah, that's awesome. And for those that don't know, Bindles uses my first podcasting mic that I started with here.
Yeah, dude.
The road. It's a good one though. It sounds great.
This is it's an artifact. When Fantasydogpound hits 100,000 subscribers, I can auction this off for a pretty penny. So
in year 2098. I should have signed it for you. Clearly. You send it back. I got you.
It is a collector's item, right?
It's a one of one. It's a one of one. People are saying.
And you know what else I have of yours? Is this
great.
This cursed Tank Dell card.
No! That's from the 1K. That's from the 1K 2K stream, the 24-hour live stream when I gave away a ton of sick cards. Some of them were donated from some of the pounders, but that was one that I personally bought, a signed Tank Dell rookie card. And then are you the curse? Are you
It might be me. I mean, because it was around this time last year, and then yeah, I don't know. That was rough. So we'll see. I think it was almost exactly around this time last year. Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, man, we got the dog pound artifacts around here. So that's always a good omen,
that's hilarious.
At least. Even if it's bad for Tank Dell, it's good for us. Yeah.
That's wild. All right, let's. You don't have to finish this one. I don't know what your time schedule is looking like, but
yeah, I might have to hop randomly. So, but we can.
Okay, that's cool.
I can stay as long as we'll see. It might be 20 minutes. It might be 40 minutes. I have no idea. So,
all right, 20. We'll do a 20-second. We'll see if we can zip through it. You guys get saved. You guys get absolutely saved. We had the deal in the live chat, 75 likes for a third draft, and the boys only got us to 60. Bindies comes in for the save for to push on the third draft here. So everyone thank Bindles here. Would be signing out.
Yeah, thanks for letting me randomly hop on. I'm draftless, so it's always anytime I can hop on, I'm like I'm itching.
Absolutely. We're in the 11 hole. We got Wobby and Slope. We're sandwiched between a couple pounders. I see Het in here. I'm sure there's more pounders in here that are lurking because it was +7 and it filled very, very quick.
Do you like the end of drafts? Like, I feel like people are. I don't know. I like it personally, but
yeah, I'm used to it, and I've been getting a lot of Amon-Ra and Nico Collins, which that I cannot get enough of. So yeah, if you're getting, you can get strong starts back here. So yeah, I don't mind it at all. I don't know. How do you feel about the Brian Thomas Jr. click at the end of the first, beginning of the second? Are you in on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in. I definitely think I prefer Nico and Amon-Ra over him. I just think, I don't know. I mean, we're not really playing for floor, but in the first round, you're like somewhat playing for floor. And I think I prefer CMC. Definitely prefer Neighbor. So yeah, I think it's just like, it's not that I don't like him. I just think I slightly like the other guys better.
Yeah, but you don't think he should go behind Drake London? Or is that one closer than it seems?
I think it's pretty close. So I mean, what is London's ADP is what, like 15 or 14 or something?
Yeah,
15, yeah. Right? So no, that's actually a good point. You know what? I haven't really thought about it like that. Yeah, he's 13 now, so
almost no one brings him to like 13 to pair with someone like Genty, right? Or Amon-Ra. Like, you almost never see Amon-Ra London starts, where it's like, if you're only flipping him over one guy and the projection is so little and you can get different that easily, should almost be done a lot more than
even,
it is.
I mean, I think that, I don't know if this is the hot take or not, but I think Lad is pretty close to those two as well. I don't know. I'm a big Lad guy. I think I forget. Okay, do you prefer?
I'll just go ADP on this one, or unless you have a fave.
No, let's go Amon-Ra. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I probably do have a favorite. I have 14% Nico and 7.5% Amon-Ra. So
I think I slightly lean Nico, but
same.
Well, there we go.
It went by the ranks. Let's go.
Okay. Well, that's what I was gonna say. That's okay. I was gonna say I think I slightly prefer Nico. Do you want to pull London?
I think so.
We got 5 seconds. So
I'll queue him. Decent amount. Not
25.
Not too much.
Okay. That's not bad.
I actually have a good amount of Nico HM, which is interesting.
Like, what would you say is like a combination in the first couple of rounds that you think is like too high, like where you're like, I'm worried about, or is it just case by case basis where you're like, it's fine with certain combos?
There's gonna be so much Amon-Ra or Nico BTJ. That's gonna be, it'll probably be somewhere in the 40% range.
Okay.
Which is like, that's aggressive.
That's way too high for you.
Right. I mean, if that percent of Nico or your Amon-Ra shares are tied to one player, and that player ends up having, either a bad advance rate year or a bad playoff run, like that kind of tanks, your first 2-round picks, which is sort of why I lean into the combo tool so much through the first 3 rounds, especially.
Nice.
I want to be diversified there, especially if I have a 50-50% take and it's like, okay, what does my portfolio say? How much do I have of this combo? Right.
No, that makes perfect sense. I wanted to hear from the overlay master himself, what he's thinking.
This is just it only helps you look into your own previous drafts, like on the go.
No, I know. I'm just saying,
we call it real-time insight, not real-time assist. Real-time insight.
Of course. No, of course. No. I'm just
no
saying,
negative connotation.
From a philosophy standpoint, like, you know what I mean? Like what, what is how do you use the tool, right? Like that's important, right? So
like, yeah, if you have a 50-50 on Drake London or BTJ, if you don't have a strong take, or you say you pair him in with Lad, like these 3, you have them tiered off. Well, technically, you should be getting a pretty good mix of your favorite pick in the first round with the players in that tier if you have them tiered similarly.
So I have another question for you. It was Rashee Rice Day on Twitter today, and we see him go at pick 15 here.
Yeah.
Where do you fall on the Rashee Rice scale of justice?
Yeah. You guys should have drafted him earlier.
Yeah, well, that's the real takeaway, right?
Yeah, no, you should have drafted him earlier. Now it's like, I'll catch up on my Rice share or on my Worthy shares, but like he was going pretty close to Worthy to start the contest.
I like Brees or Evans. We can play ADP if we want to, but yeah,
I like it. Let's start with the Evans click. Yeah, no, it's tough sell, but you're going to get the people that are sharing his. Is this just Lamar here?
Yeah, I think it's a good look. I think it's a good time for Lamar. Yeah,
I agree. If Hall's
kind of
there,
flat at wide receiver. Yeah,
that's it. We're on Rice. Yeah, the advanced analytics, like the stats through 4 games, like people love sharing the stats through 4 games. Which, if he stayed on that pace, which I wish he could have, because Rice was my number 1 drafted receiver last year, and I had 0% Kelsey, so I got double cooked.
Damn.
Well, Kelsey actually still didn't pay out, but I thought I was going to get double cooked. You're going to get this positive buzz, which is going to push him. Like, he's going to push ahead of AJ Brown eventually, is my strong belief, is because people are going to lean into last year's 4-game sample size.
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, it's different in like a BBM or something where it's like, obviously he was going so early, but when in a more time box contest, like, I don't hate it. Like, I'm generally a Rice bull. I think it's probably like a couple spots too high. Like, I think I'd still take AJ Brown over him. I really think Philly, they were just so run heavy and their defense was so good. Like, I just don't see that repeating like to the same level. And Hurts was so bad at had such a bad passing year that I just think anytime you can get AJ Brown like on a year where he's not in the first round, I think it's probably a very good click. So, and then London, BTJ definitely prefer over Rice. So,
do we like it less as his ADP rises because because we want to draft him at the price we want him at. You know what I mean? Like there's risk. Hey guys, there's risk. Like slow down. I need more Rice at pick 27.
Yeah.
Because there is a certain amount of risk that's like slowly getting baked out of the situation.
It is, yeah. At a certain cost, which I think is he just went at 15, so that's probably, you know what I mean, the edge there. I think Lad, Lad, you can make a case for him over him as well. I personally love Achan.
Same.
So it's hard. I like all these guys. Bowers, Henry. I don't like. Not my favorite click, but like, do you really want 0 Henry? Probably not.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's just hard for him to push up too far when I feel like there's other really guys that I really love.
Certainly. It was gonna be Kamara for me there.
I like
Rome.
Yeah, Rome, Addison, Olave. I like all those guys.
Let's go Rome. Let's hit the refresh
Should probably get some RBs eventually, but
it's clean. I saw Harvey's. What's Underdog have him at like 600 yards or something on the ground? It's not.
Really?
It's not great. Yeah, that's what I thought I saw shared today. Someone double check.
Do you want to take the plunge on Connor as our first modified anchor RB?
I like it. I can't look at the season-long stats because I'm not like they don't allow you to bet it in mass. I could do pick'ems, but they don't let me do the season-long. I do not know how that works. That's beyond me.
There's some weird stuff going on with all the different regulations, and
it's so stupid. I just want to look. Like I don't even want to bet it. I just want to see what they say.
What about I know you're a big Pickens guy. I think I was watching one of your streams yesterday, but you're like what 20% Pickens or something like that?
I will tell you in a second here. Let's see. Portfolio. I want to say I am in. I don't think I'm 20%. I could be close though. I'm 20.3.
I was gonna say I remember.
I'm still.
I think it was yesterday's stream, literally, or very recently. So
yeah, I'm still clicking him in the late 40s.
Dude, I don't think he's that much different than the guys that go in like the early 40s or like just
than JMO. He's like he's gonna be like a JMO type. JMO's ceiling is higher, but man, Pickens is a candidate for over 10 touchdowns this year.
I don't even know if JMO's ceiling is higher, to be honest. Like it's not too. I think shout out to Jacob Sanderson because I think he's the one who initially said this, but like I don't think the bet is that much different than like the T Higgins bet. Because like, okay, what pass volume, if all things right, if we're just not baking an injury or anything for the Cowboys, they're gonna be one of the top 5 teams in like pass volume, something close to that.
Well, people hate the running backs there,
people hate the running back.
He won't push Pickens into the 40s.
So like
that's funny.
Yeah. Not Keenan. Lamb can get his, and Pickens has plenty. Like he's going to get the most volume he's ever gotten. We know he's a good player, and kind of like the perfect situation in terms of you have the alpha who can take up, get the coverage, you know what I mean, and then you just get Pickens one-on-one against number 2 corners. I feel like that's a beautiful situation. So I'm with you on that take 100%.
I like it. Oh man, now I do wish we got a Monra for whatever. Like this is something I would just never like. You would never know. You would never know. I have 45% Nico Collins with my Lamar Jackson shares. 5 of my 11 teams have Nico Collins on it. Doesn't make any sense.
You have the week 14. What's it called? Houston, Baltimore still stuck in your head from last year.
Yeah.
No, not actually. But
little TP here. Good with it.
How quick are these clocks, bro? What?
Fast.
What contest is this?
This is the Schnell. And 20-second clocks.
I don't know why it seems quicker. I don't know if there's a slight delay.
Oh, it's probably the
It's
little
glitching. It
Underdog
says 10
delay.
seconds to start for me.
Oh yeah, Underdog loves to hit the delay here. Pacheco, are you good with that?
I'm not a huge Pacheco bro, but
Who would it be?
I like Igbuka or Pittman, but
Let's go.
I kind of like the receivers in this range and then grabbing the running backs that go at the next little turnaround rather than the other way around personally. I don't know. I know we have a lot of pounders in here in the chat, but yeah, there's a couple of guys where I'm just like windmilling every single time. If I could have 50%, I would be doing that. So
I think Paul just got in here, but Bindles just said this. So it's pretty funny. Is Pickens any different than the T Higgs bet? And like what's your absolute ceiling for Pickens?
Scroll up so I can see kind of like who went at least in this draft. I mean, JMO and Flowers. I think I prefer Pickens. They went earlier.
JMO definitely went early here.
Than normal.
I definitely prefer.
But like
Pickens,
I think you can
Flowers.
mix them in with kind of that turn, the 3-4 turn there, like Mike Evans, Tat, that range. Like I think I wouldn't take him over Devontae. I wouldn't take him over Tyreek. I just think if Tyreek is still Tyreek, then he has a much higher ceiling. But Mike Evans, I mean, what are we really drafting Mike Evans for? It's for big spike weeks, like, right? So I think Pickens will have some pretty big spike weeks. Maybe not the same as Mike Evans, but he's a lot younger.
He's capable of those 30-point games.
Yeah. So
in a role that we saw was very successful with an old Brandon Cooks, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very easy to see like Pickens potentially. I think he pretty easily clears 8 touchdowns. I think like a ceiling touchdown season for him would be like 14 this year, but that's like bull case for me. I just like him for like the reasons you said. Like his single game ceiling is extremely high. Like you have that JMO single game ceiling on a team that's most likely going to need to throw the ball because their run game is going to be trash. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's another guy who I say this all the time about, but like he has multiple outs. Like he's gonna get the volume that he hasn't gotten before. So like he has some. I mean, we don't really care about floor that much, but like at least just from like a target volume wise, like he'll have that, and then he gives you the spike weeks. So it's like best of both worlds. So
yeah, I agree. A lot of Pickens. I'm still averaging pretty well on him too. My average pick on him is still 58, almost 59. His ADP is 51 on 20%. I was trying to hit the click as much as possible, but you get into these rooms and everyone's on the same guys when the contest opens.
Of course. And if you're taking them, then all the pounders are going to be with you more than the average drafter, right? So.
It's harder for me to get my guys. Good with Andrews here?
Yep, 100%.
And then I don't think we're really in a spot to go Bateman with these 5.
No, I think we go running back.
Touch it, RB.
Yeah, pick your poison here at RB.
Okay. Ooh, Spice. And 0.5 PPR. Half point PPR. He could easily finish ahead of Jason.
Dude, I'm okay, running back.
Oh, Wobby's putting down the stick on us. You go with Sharps?
Yeah, I like Sharps or Tootin. I don't know if you have any. I'm assuming you're going to go with ADP. I mean, that's probably the best.
Yeah, right? I think Tootin falls. Like you can get Tootin on the way back around sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's 124 now. Okay, that makes sense.
I've been getting. I'm actually curious.
I think he fell to like 130 or something when I was in a draft recently. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You can get him on the way back around some of these as the ETN buzz has picked up.
Yeah, that makes sense. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, on the JSN. Dude, I'm so out on JSN this year. Like especially in half PPR. Like in PPR, it's like okay, whatever. Like he'll probably, but like
Yeah.
he had a better quarterback last year. Like I just think the chance of the Seahawks just their season just blowing up, a la the Saints last year. I mean, obviously that was partially because Derek Carr got hurt, obviously. But like,
so you're saying he can't be MVS? No.
no, I mean, if who's going to be the MVS, it's going to be Torrey Horton or MVS. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, he had a good season last year. He had like 100 catches, 1,100 yards, like 5 or 6 touchdowns. Like realistically, if we don't think the offense is going to be that good, we don't like the quarterback. Like what is there's I don't think there's a ceiling there. Like I mean, yeah, he can be fine.
Yeah.
Like he can probably like be just, but it's like what we're talking about. Like we don't really care about the volume. Like it matters to some extent, but like I don't know. I like the talent, but I'm just worried about the Seahawks as a situation. So
you're also getting a pretty big downgrade for Sam Darnold's O-line too, which that worries me probably the most is Sam Darnold not having enough time to make those inaccurate passes. He's gonna have less time. So I get it. I still find myself mixing in JSN, but I agree that it rarely feels good. I'm at 6.3%. I'm at 4% Hunter. I don't know how spicy that is, but I'm not a truther at his current ADP. I would just prefer like give me DK, the wide receiver 1 on his team. DJ Moore even I think fell maybe a little too far. So now that like Hunter rose up, and this is actually an interesting player to bring up on the overlay, and this part is completely free. Like when you go to ADPs and rankings, you guys can see the risers, the fallers for complete free. You can create your own rankings.
New, right?
Yeah, you can upload rankings, and you get to see the 7-30-day and since contest open movement, as well as like you have the updates here on the right side. It shows you. Anyways, let's go to what was the player I wanted to bring up, because now I just blanked on the drop. Who's it gonna bring up?
Hunter.
Thank you. I was Jags. Very easily to forget. Let's see. This is gonna be interesting to look at. So since the contest opened BBM, he started at 63. He very quickly moved up to 40. So he moved up about 2 rounds. Let's go Stroud. Double get our second QB. Be done there. Do you need one of these RBs to feel good about the team, or are you good with going another tight end in this spot?
Well, do we have any?
We have Kraft as a bring back for week 17.
Yeah. No, let's go Kraft. That's fine.
All right.
Sorry, the 10-second clock is screwing me up. I keep thinking
you get like an extra like 7 seconds after it.
Yeah, I remember that. It used to happen to me when I was drafting more.
So his highest ADP was 63 on Contest Open. His lowest was 39.7. Now in the last 30 days, he's slowly falling. Even in the last week, he's down another 2 spots just about. So he rose up too quick. People got overconfident, and now he's slowly trickling down.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those weird plays where, like, it's kind of like the conversation where people say, like, if we knew a guy was just going to have, like, a huge spike week in the playoffs, like, in week 15 through 17, like, where would you take him? Like, I still think he has pretty crazy, like, late season and just like general upside, but like the floor is pretty low. So yeah, I think he was going too high, but I feel like that 4 or 5 turn-ish range, somewhere around there,
right?
Maybe 5th round, but like there's still a lot of juice there especially with that offense.
I agree. It's funny because do you think like Travis Hunter's success is correlated to BTJ having less success? Like, how do you view those two as like, all right, if he's not a full-time player, should we be higher on BTJ? Or,
Yeah,
if
I
Travis
think,
Hunter smashes, does BTJ get hit?
yeah, I think the way that I think about it is more from just like an offense as a whole standpoint. Like if they're like, okay, maybe Hunter isn't playing as many snaps, but like he's still making an impact. I think like that. I think that's the case. Is just like maybe he's only playing 60% of the snaps, but like when he is on the field, they're just throwing him screens. We saw that in the Liam Cohen offense last year. Like getting him in situations where like, okay, this is when it actually matters. He's not on the field when we need run blocking or whatever. So I think I'm just very bullish on the fact that like they're both really good. We have a coach who actually knows what the hell he's doing. T-Law, maybe not exceptional, but should be at least be able to like be a like good enough quarterback to support both of them. So I think it's like I like the talent on both of them. So I'm just going to be betting on the offense. I think it's kind of like a rising tide lifts all boats type situation. I don't necessarily think like I'm thinking about the minutia of like the snap shares and everything. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad. It's a very good question. I think it's.
Would you double stack them?
Yeah, I think I would personally, but I think I'm a Hunter stand to a certain extent. So,
this would be Roshan for me. Who do you like?
Sure. Yeah, that's good with me.
Are you clicking Eckler?
You know what? I have, but it's mostly if I have correlation one way or the other, whether it's Dallas or Washington. He's just he's not super inspiring, but
is this a spot for him? James Conner, Tony Pollard, Charbonnet. This might be.
It could be.
This looks like an Eckler team. If Wabi goes, I was gonna say if Wabi goes Eckler, I wouldn't mind pulling Jalen Wright down to this spot too.
Yeah, it looks like he fell. So yeah, let's do it.
A little more safe now that I like Dobbins has signed. In my opinion, I thought that there was a small chance that he could have landed out, but would they get Jacory in like the 7th round? He is he is an explosive type back.
Yeah, I mean it's weird situation too because like it wasn't injury; it was just he was ineligible. So if he could have went a lot earlier, obviously it was a tough running back class, like a lot of guys, so it pushes everyone down. But then that you just don't have a senior year or whatever. I don't know if it's senior or junior year, but like if you just don't have that last year, it's not going to look great for your draft capital. So yeah, I think he has a role. I mean, especially on like this team where like we kind of need at least some sort of like floor at running back. I think it's a fine click, and then Roshan is kind of like. If he is in the Demont role, then that's a huge smash there. So
here's a good question for the Dynasty Cat. You were in on, were you? I shouldn't assume, but I was very heavily on Damian Martinez in the big board shares. How do you think that affects the RBs in Seattle? Because everyone's sort of like no one got discounted. Everyone was in on Damian Martinez, but I believe Charbonnet's just like he's like risen. It has not changed his ADP.
I mean,
down 6. He's down half a round.
I'm very much a draft capital slappy. So like, I think it was a 7th rounder, right? So I don't think it really affects anything for either of them. And I think both Sharbs and Walker are just very good. So it's like, okay, maybe Martinez is like a replacement level guy, maybe. Then maybe that cuts into their workload a little bit. But it's like when you have 2 guys that are as good as those 2, it's like, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. Yeah. Which is sad because I was also really in on Martinez before in the pre-draft stuff. So,
obviously he pulls round what 7. I think he's round 7
round
capital,
7,
which is like, oh, like, throwaway type capital, but there's like character flaws in there from I think what we heard after the draft. So it's not like round 7 talent. It's like round 7 with everything baked in, right? Like Jermaine Burton,
exactly.
like Jermaine Burton type worries, but on a different scale.
Yeah, no, I don't think it really affects them at all. It's like very rarely do I worry that much about the third running back unless the team is just very apt to like use a super big committee, or if I think the third guy is just really fucking good, like really good. So
I'm in on one of these two here.
Let's
sort of leaning right.
Okay, yeah, we can do right.
I think Wabi could just double tap RB in this spot, having. I don't think he would, but he's probably stopping at 5. There's 1. He goes Pierce, and Keenan Allen went right before. I don't do D Hop a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
correlated here
might be the time.
Yeah, let's bring him in. I think that's my second share. Must be my third. 1% must be my third.
If you're gonna do it, this is probably the time, right? It's not sexy. All right, brother. I do have to hop out. I hear my wifey yelling for me in the background. So,
hi, Bindies.
Appreciate you hopping on. I just want to say, incredible performance by you the other night too. Like that was crazy that we got matched up against each other because I feel like it was.
That was nuts.
That was a nuts matchup. Like I think something was in the air, something was in the water that night. Maybe it was the.
I had 1 piece of gum. You must have had 3.
I think the nicotine gum definitely might be a performance enhancer to some extent.
I appreciate it, Bindies. You absolutely slayed. If you guys didn't watch that episode on Fanspeak, the Jeopardy where we went against each other with
we
Underdog
might match up each other again
Jeopardy.
Because you definitely had the highest score otherwise. So have a great night, brother, and appreciate.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
See you guys.
See you, buddy. Yeah, make sure you guys give Bendels a follow on the YouTubes and in the Twitter machine. Great dude. And oh my God, sharp too. Crazy that you get a Dynasty cat coming in the Underdog streets, and to be good at both is extremely hard. So make sure you give Bendy some love. And we just got him in trouble, so maybe that was our payback for him beating us at Jeopardy. Pretty good. I think D-Hop and Demario might be undervalued. Demario Douglas is an interesting one. Like, I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm not really in on the click. That doesn't mean I'm right on every Patriots player, but I would think, Demario Douglas getting some positive buzz. I don't know how many 3 wide receiver sets they're going to run. And then Travion Henderson, I expect to take some of the dump offs over the middle. I don't love it. Now, could you be in a situation where you have like Matthew Golden, you have a bunch of rookies, Amika Booga, you might have Luther Burden, you might have J-Mo, and you need someone to give you 5.9 points? Could be a decent spot. He had 1 big spike week last year. Like, we shouldn't just hit on the dude fully. I think he's talented. He just needs playing time. So if that changes, he could be a good value, but I'm not leaning too much into it. D-Hop, I just have a blind spot. I'll admit it. I'm not clicking too much D-Hop. Not clicking too much at all. How do we want this to end off? We're done at QB. We're done at tight end. Our RBs probably could use another 277. Our receivers are very strong. Nico, Drake London, Mike Evans, Rome, Pittman. We had 5 in the first 86 picks. So I'm cool with going RB receiver here to end this draft. How do we want to do it though? Let's start with AD. Wicks is the correlation, but we already have Kraft there. Let's bring in the double in Indy. Maybe you get one of them to spike. Yeah, that's what I expect. And what do we want to do here? Quorum, Brashard Smith. We didn't go. Let's go Corum in this spot. I'm not taking a ton of him, and it's probably wrong to be this low on him with the capital he pulled last year. Even if you just bake in like injury risk to Kyron, which is probably where he hits, I should probably be closer to 8% here. So a little blind spot in my portfolio as well, which is why it's so important for me to have the exposures up on screen. You guys can too at bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders, all caps, brings it down to $30 a month. Basically the price of a BBM for a whole month of drafting. You think about how much you draft in a given month. You guys won't regret it. Trust. Plus, if you don't like it, we'll just refund you. Just message me. Message me within the week of you signing up. So try it risk-free. That's that stuff. No, if I expected him to be in 2 wide receiver sets, holy shit. Tomorrow Douglas would be he'd be ahead of Mims. It could start off as Booty in 2 wide receiver sets. I think the hope is it's going to be eventually Kyle Williams, but yeah, he's going to be in the slot. The pack, this is going to be the last one, dude. Cashing out. We're about 2 hours and 10 minutes into the live stream. We did do the charity draft there. We're supposed to stop at 2 because we didn't get the likes, the prereq likes, but Bindy's popped on, so we did one for the crowd. Appreciate Bindy's coming on. Appreciate you guys for showing up. If you guys didn't already and you guys enjoyed the stream, drop the like on the way out. We're on the road to 3K subs. If you enjoyed it, hit the sub button, do the things, and we'll be back tomorrow for another late night draft. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday night. Jump in the Discord. We'll be drafting all night. Pounders.